So the question we all wonder is like, would I go in that market if I was to restart a business today? Like, would I pick the coffee market? And the answer is hello. So this is the story of how I came about to choose the market for Café Foncé. So at the very beginning of Café Foncé, my dream, my initial goal was to create an e-commerce business. I wanted to have an online store. That was the goal behind it. And by the end of this video, you'll learn if I would have jumped in the same market, knowing everything that I know almost 2 years later in the journey. And by the way, your comments fuel the next videos I will produce. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them in the comments below. That would make me so happy to just answer your questions and or have new ideas for new videos of stuff you want to learn about. Okay, so the first thing I did was I analyzed the size of the market. And apparently the coffee industry is around $100 billion a year of sales. And the opportunity that I found in that market was the European way of looking at it is like they love to discover new types of coffee. So specialty coffee, artisanal coffee. But I wanted to make the product a bit more sticky, like I said in my previous video, right? I was talking about how the business model, I wanted the business model to be sticky, but now I wanted the product to be something that people would look forward to buy again. Not necessarily just try again. I wanted people to buy them, buy the product again. Because what I found is that discovering coffee is part of the culture of coffee itself. So that was just a perfect fit for just the market, the product, and the business model that I had in mind. And then I went to analyze my competition. There's on the one side, there's the extreme innovators, like there's Cometeer Coffee, that's just a flash frozen brew of the best types of coffees in the world that you just pour this ice cube of coffee with hot water. Like that's one part. And on the other side, there's the Nespressos of the world. There's like the Folgers, like the very standard, I don't want to say standard brands, but like brands that have been here for a long time. And I thought about the client, the people who were going to buy the coffee at the grocery stores, like the person that's just like, hey, just give me some coffee. I'll get whatever's at the right height on the shelves and I'll just pick that one up. I don't care what the brand is. Those there's a lot of different types of customers in the coffee market, right? But I knew I did not want to stop there. I had like a little idea of what I wanted to offer. I wanted to offer convenience, quality, and the very specific taste to my customers. Something that I was looking for that I had not found before. And this is when I sat down with an artisanal coffee roaster, and we just tried to mix and match based on what I wanted the coffee to taste like, to mix and match different beans, and to create the perfect recipe. I wanted a dark roast without the traditional bitterness that you would have in a dark roast coffee. Because my favorite coffee is coffee that's strong, that tastes like coffee, but that doesn't leave a bad taste in your mouth after you just had a sip. I know the water, the quality of the filters, how long what's the temperature on your espresso machine, the milk, like everything can affect the taste. But just like as a bare bone, either filter coffee or a dark Americano, like a dark roast Americano, I wanted a specific taste for those particular use, like the espresso and the filter and the V60 and all those types of brew you can make, right? But I wanted something dark and consistent all around. And I also wanted people to be addicted to the smell. It sounds stupid, but like coffee is something that you experience in more than just the cup when you brew it. Like you want to look forward to that cup, like to that smell in the morning, to the bag when you squish it. I don't have a bag near me, but like you know the feel if you're a coffee maniac like me. And you know what I hear most often from my customers, the one that buy the coffee that word is that they love the taste, see, the convenience, and the story behind the brand. I never really talked about the story behind the brand because ironically, I didn't think it was that important because I was so focused on the product. But the coffee that you drink when you buy Café Foncé is a lot more expensive than what is sourced from just different brands. It could be a lot less expensive if we chose to buy cheaper beans, but we specifically choose to buy from local farmers, either in Colombia and other parts of the world, to support the people that are growing the coffee itself. So the question we all wonder is like, would I go in that market if I was to restart a business today? Like, would I pick the coffee market? And the answer is maybe. The thing is, it's very easy to try to convince yourself that you're in the wrong business because it's not profitable enough. Like I've done that mistake before in my journey as an entrepreneur. But at the end of the day, I started that specific company because I wanted to scratch my own itch. I didn't start it to specifically start, grow, and build and sell it, like, and literally sell the business. I wanted to make a coffee business that was based off something that I was looking for in the market that I couldn't find. I wanted to have an e-commerce business, so I learned a lot in the process, but that's the business that I wanted to exist. Is it the most profitable business ever? No, it's not like an e-learning business, but I do consulting on the side, so that's okay. Like it's more profitable for that part of me that wants more profit in a business. But for the coffee business, it's mostly out of love that I make that. And that's an okay reason to start a small business. If you don't make like millions the first year of your business or the first 2, 3, 5 years, I think it can be okay if you love it so much. I personally drink it like 3 to 4 times a day. That just is a different reason fundamentally to why I started that business